Well, it's time for another Underratedest, and this time I'm looking at Prince of Persia: The Forgotten Sands. Came out in 2010 along with the movie, but was not a movie tie-in game. And I don't know about your personal opinions on the movie, but I rather enjoyed it. You know, not perfect, but as far as video game movies go, ranks in my top three. So this actually is part of the Sands of Time. It was trilogy, but now this takes place in between the first and second games, and I thought it was amazing. I really enjoyed it. This is the first time I've really played it since it came out. I think I picked it up on the day it came out. Actually, you know, I was just looking for something to play. I was like, oh, those Prince of Persia games are pretty cool, so I picked this one up. So this is kind of a little way into it. I wanted to start when things were getting interesting. So, but replaying the opening of the game, I realized how awesome it still is. But anyway, the prince is, you know, kind of on. He's visiting his brother, and as he's visiting his brother, the castle gets attacked, and his brother releases this like demon Ifrit, and it releases Solomon's army, this sand army, and so this is going to lead into the point where you get your first power, which is the, of course, reverse time power. So this is every time you get a new power, you enter this world, and you go meet this woman who I don't remember who she is because I haven't played this game since it came out. But you get some really cool powers in this game. The freezing water, easily my favorite one to play with, and this game has maybe some of the funnest platforming I've ever done. And I always thought it looked really good. Like, not all the character models are great, but the environments are really well realized, and I would love to see them have taken these elements into an open world game. That's where Prince of Persia really needed to go.
Who is here exactly? And who are you? And what do you know of King Solomon's army?
Yeah, so this is the woman who like grants you your powers.
We are Asma, Queen of the Mines, Guardian of
And they're kind of elemental based powers, but you know, since it is part of the Sands of Time series, they had to have the time power in there too.
Years ago. You couldn't possibly.
I am of the Jinn. We are not so short-lived as humans, or so quick to forget things of vital importance.
Yeah, so I guess we can kind of watch this a little bit.
Do you know what your brother has unleashed? That army did not belong to King
But yeah,
Solomon.
like a big difference with this game is the combat, which in the original series was a lot of, you know, like one-on-one fighting, and you'd kind of lock on and be in this group of guys, but fight one-on-one, and you could like jump over them to avoid attacks and stuff. This one's more crowd-based fighting, where you're taking on a lot of enemies at once, and none of them are super strong, but you use your powers to kind of, you know, deal with the battle situations. But actually, I really like the combat in this game. It's real simple. It's a couple buttons, and just the animation in this game is always what really drew it to me. Just the animation of running on the walls, and the combat animations are all really good. And my biggest issue with the game when I first played it was not leaving the castle, because the entire game takes place at this giant castle. I think it would have been awesome to like get out in a town or something.
And the final warning. The army is led by
Alright, we've seen enough of this. So she gave me the power, so now this next section is going to be like tutorializing the power. I think they make you die just so they can show you like, hey, you know, rewind time. But so yeah, we always run into these like Stargate looking portals, and then we get situations like this. Oh, so now I can hold right bumper to rewind time.
This must be what she meant by giving me more time. Are these the powers of the Jinn?
I love that there's no reference at all to like the previous game. Oh. Yeah, that was my fault. Alright, so go close. And run. Yes, yes, I love that run animation. It's all looks nice. So you can bust open pots and get these little blue things that refill your magic. Or oh, nope. Yeah, I'm really on top of things here. Alright. Yeah, it's Yeah, that's kind of what this section is for, is to teach you, like, hey, you know, magic. But if I remember correctly, a lot of times throughout the story, like, you do find yourself running kind of low on the magic usage, so.
These are the stables.
And I've just been kind of skipping cutscenes, so.
Why is it so quiet? I can't even hear the battle anymore.
Alright, so yeah, so this is right after the Sand Army's been released. And we're definitely going to run into puzzle platforming stuff, which I always really enjoyed, especially when you have the water power, which I probably should have waited until then. But, oh, this is also a good section to jump into. So, this is an example of, like, the crowd combat. There is no block, it's all dodging. And I do have a strong attack. So, yeah, as you can see, there's, like, a ton of dudes coming at me. Like, there's points where you're fighting, like, 50 guys at once. And there's a pretty fun challenge room after you beat the game, I believe there was an achievement for, and I should throw out, the achievements for this game are super easy. You could technically, like, when I was playing it on PlayStation, you can get the platinum in one run if you look at the trophy list and actually try it. But there's 2 trophies for the 2 times you fight the boss in the game. You have to do it without getting hit at all. So that's not easy to do. Alright, so yeah, there's your classic Prince of Persia platforming. And skip. So we do have an upgrade menu, as you saw before, and they kind of contribute to your powers and where you have. So at this point, all I can do is extra health or extra energy, which I always go health first. Why not? And apply changes. Health becomes more important than energy eventually. So yeah, one thing. Oh, yep. One thing about the platforming is it's pretty fast moving. Oh, that was the wrong way. Oh. Okay, so yeah, you can't. I didn't know he could grab on real low like that. Ooh. Yeah, the game was really designed so you could be quick with the platforming, and you can see he moves around the walls quickly. And I do believe Assassin's Creed 2 came out around this time because one of the unlockables is actually Ezio skin, so you could play through the game as Ezio. Which that's always been something Ubisoft has been good with, is combining their franchises. If they would have put a Sam Fisher in the skin in this game, that would have been amazing. Oh, that's gonna break. I actually enjoyed the story in this game. Like, I haven't finished all the other Prince of Persia games, but and those are easily the most annoying obstacles in the game, are these stupid things. I get real bad at some of that stuff. In fact, those kind of traps probably cause me more trouble than a lot of the enemies in the game. Alright, so when I let these guys come towards me. Oh yeah, I forgot you can do that. Yeah, so you can kind of jump around on dudes. I think there's actually a trophy for doing that like 10 times in a row or something. And so far I'm only fighting kind of these basic enemies. At the beginning of the game I was fighting some human dudes, but now it's, from this point on, it's only these sand enemies. But I do have this kick, and that's more for like shielded guys. You can kick the shield out of their arm. And all these yellow orbs flying around are the experience I get from killing enemies. So. And if you're close to a wall while you're fighting dudes, you'll like shove a guy up against a wall and punch him, or throw him into a wall or something like that. So. Alright. So, alright, I got a lever here. Oh, wow, I didn't even realize I could skip that small of a cutscene. Yeah, I mean, I'll keep saying it. I really like the platforming in this game. I always did. It moves real well. It looks awesome. The controls are really, like, quick and spot on. like when you start getting the other powers in, I'm gonna move over. So particularly the freeze water thing, it gets a lot more difficult where you're swinging around, you gotta freeze the water in the air and then grab onto it, and then as you're swinging, unfreeze it to like swing through a waterfall so the water's not frozen, and then like freeze it again to grab onto more water to make another pillar. It's insane. Oh, another thing I like over here is the jumping into these. Yeah, that's awesome. Love the sound effect on that too. Yeah, when this game came out, it wasn't so much that it was that it reviewed poorly or anything, but I think it was just misunderstood. Like
Perhaps these defenses do have.
I don't think they realized that it wasn't just a game based on wasn't a game based on the movie, because it did come out like the same day as the movie. But this, you know, it was its own thing. It came out as part of the Sands of Time trilogy, you know, now quadrilogy, I guess.
Where is everyone?
And I think it was just misunderstood as what it was, and you know, it didn't sell particularly well. I mean, a lot of people were disappointed that they didn't make a sequel to that 2008 Prince of Persia game, because I guess that one left on kind of a cliffhanger. I didn't really like that game. It was fine, but I mean, there was no real punishment for the game at all, so I just didn't really understand why people like that one so much. And then Nolan North as the Prince was kind of, you know, he's a fine voice actor. I just didn't feel it was appropriate. Alright. Oh, nope. Why, I just... Okay. Alright. Seem to do anything. That should be better, I think. That wasn't too difficult. Yeah, really like my only problem with the story, like I said, was the only in one castle area. I was just really hoping to get out farther. Oh, that was weird. But you know, the combat's really fun. The Prince is well realized in this game. They said it was supposed to bridge the first and second game and show how he became kind of more ruthless, but I really didn't get that sense. And I think they said something about they show where he gets the scar, but I don't, like, when I played through the game the first time, I was real conscious of that and didn't even recall seeing it happen. And as you could assume, I could be using my time powers in this battle as well, but I don't really see the point, so... Alright, I got another upgrade, so... I guess we'll throw that in magic, why not? Yeah, as you level up in the game, you get, like, you can use your magic in combat. As for now, I just have the time thing, which obviously it... Oh yeah, I gotta go here. Obviously the time thing, it just does exactly what you expect. You can rewind time in battle to, you know, lose your damage. Oh, why did I do that? But there's not really a point to that. The time stuff should be saved for the platforming segments, but later you get like whirlwind abilities with wind, and you get ice or the water freezing ability, and I think that has like a special ability in battle, but I can't remember what it does. And then you get like an earthquake ability later on.
They do not remember this when they wake.
Oh, and there's hidden sarcophaguses. Yeah, it wouldn't be an Ubisoft game without collectibles. Oh, yeah, I can't reach that, so... Oh, yeah, so I can jump and then do it. Aha! Okay, maybe not yet. These guys are kinda in the way. There we go. me get that sarcophagus. Jump up, come on. Oh, I gotta use a power attack. Alright. And drop. But yeah, I guess like the thing for me is the platforming just really felt realistic. There's a lot of games that just, like, even more so than what was popular at the time, Uncharted, honestly. I mean, the platforming in Uncharted, you know, it kind of jumps and snaps to places, and it's something that when I do the Tomb Raider Underworld video, I'll talk about in there too, is just the animation priority can be really important in the right game.
There you are. After the chamber
Yeah, so that's his brother.
Are you all right?
Yes!
So you're kind of working towards this goal of stopping the Ifrit that he released, and you have these two seals that you have to combine. And when you're killing enemies, they're all absorbing in the seals, and you can kind of understand where it goes with the brother. You know, he kind of gets a little corrupted.
If we reunite the pieces, it will seal the army away again.
How do you know that?
It's complicated, but I think it will work.
These creatures are turning all...
And I really like the appearance of the prince. Let me just take this time to admire him right in the moonlight there. So dashing. This guy's red scarf. Yeah, so that'll probably do it for Prince of Persia Forgotten Sands. I recommend you check it out. It's pretty cheap. This is the PC version I should throw in. I played it originally on PlayStation 3, and the PC version I found to just be really pretty. But I assume the HD version of PS3 would probably look pretty similar. So, but definitely check it out if you like the Prince of Persia games, and even if you're just looking for a cheap action game. I think you can get it for like $8 on consoles now. The PC version I got on a Steam sale for pretty cheap, so I mean, that's the benefits of this feature, is, hey, maybe check out these cheap games. So, alright, so as you can see, that platforming awesomeness, this is Prince of Persia Forgotten Sands, and you know, I probably should have recorded a little later, show you some of the other powers, but I don't want to spoil all the good stuff, otherwise you really won't have a reason to come back. So thanks for watching, and hopefully you check out the game and find as much enjoyment in it as I did.
They look more dangerous